Hello from very close up to my face. I got a camera and I'm so excited. Hello, boys and girls. Hellboy won't stop scratching at the door. He won't make up his mind if he wants to stay in or out. He comes in, he scratches at the door to get out. He goes out, he scratches at the door to get in. I love him so much, but he's got to make up his mind. Oh, he crawled under the door, so I think he has made up his mind. You want to say hi? Where'd you go? There he is. You just want to be in the video. Say focus, Mr. New Camera. Hey, come on, new camera. There we go. We're still learning how to use it. Yeah. Anyways, hi. As I was saying, I bought a camera. And I think I'm looking over there, and I need to look over here, but I'll get there. I'll get used to it, you know? Where were we? I haven't posted in, what, like 2 months? It wasn't for lack of trying. I made like 3 different videos on my iPhone. Something happened to each one. I could not get them to the internet. I gave up and bought a camera, which is how we ended up here. And I'm not sure if this will even make it to the internet because it's like, it's 11:15. I'm just opening her up and testing her out, breaking her in, you know, we're gonna see what she's all about, we're gonna get to know each other. So I'm not sure if this will make it to the internet, but it might. Most importantly, what we're all here for, right? I think I'm going through something. I think I'm, even if just temporarily for one book, I think I might be in my fantasy era. Groovy Sarah's fantasy era? Will it last more than just one book? What book is it, you ask? None other than A Court of Thorns and Roses. And I keep wanting to say A Court of Thorns and Roses. That's how you know I'm not a fantasy bitch. But for some reason, a few days ago, I woke up, or I was going to bed, one of the two, and I got this overwhelming desire to read A Court of Thorns and Roses. And I have no idea what it's about. I'm currently 91 pages in, which is chapter 10. Look at this bookmark. I love him so much. But that's not it. Will my era of fantasy last longer than this book? I don't know. I may not even finish this book. As of right now, I'm loving it. But I got a little crazy. And I also bought Six of Crows. Why? Because Sarah Caroli told me to. We have the same name after all, and she's amazing at what I'm trying to do right now. So how could I not listen to her? Right? So, we'll see if I get to this, if this lasts longer than that. I keep calling this an era, just, I would stop calling it an era and call it Groovy Sarah's fantasy phase because I don't trust myself. I'm not a fantasy bitch. But I'm loving this shit. Let's catch up on where I'm at, what I'm thinking. Am I confused? Yes. Am I acknowledging my confusion? No, I was not until I sat down and started thinking about the things I wanted to talk about with this book. Oh, I love you. Yeah. Hi. Hi. What was I saying? Oh, you're very distracting. You're very beautiful, Mr. Hellboy. You want to play on the bookshelf? Do you want to play on the bookshelf? Here.
All right, here's some music picked just for you.
Hellboy turned on Siri. So I'm 91 pages in. Not too much has happened yet, but like enough has happened. The first chapter wasn't as confusing as I expected it to be. I thought it might be kind of intimidating and kind of steer me away from fantasy. But no, it's pretty straightforward. Like she's human, and there's fairies. But those fairies might be of the werewolf variety in this world. I'm not sure what the world is called. I'm getting ahead of myself. So there's fairies and there's wolves, but I think the fairies are the wolves. I think they're fair wolves. Fair wolves. That's what I'm gonna call them, even if I'm wrong. So there's fair wolves, and she kills one of them, and one of their friends or like family come knocking at her door to either take her life literally or figuratively. So instead of killing her, she goes with them to a place called Prithian. And that's what I'm not sure if the entire world is considered Prithian, or if this is beyond the wall they keep referring to, like Prithian beyond the wall, and or if it's like another realm. I'm not sure how literal the wall is, or if it's just a wall, or if I'm overthinking it. I'm just confused. So I think the fair wolf that comes to get her, is that Tamlin? I really don't know I did not know anything about this prior, and I'm really bad at character names, so that's the only other name I can remember. So we have Feyre, and I love her so far. She's tough, she's cool, and she's a hunter, and she's taking care of her family, and her family is all unappreciative and kind of annoying. So I don't know if we're gonna go back to them, or if my opinion of them will change. I think it might be like a Sansa Stark situation. Not that I ever didn't love Sansa Stark, but she starts out kind of privileged and raised a certain way, and she has to like go through it to become my favorite character in Game of Thrones, you know? But that's another series. That's actually the only fantasy series that I have read as an adult, is A Song of Ice and Fire. So, but yeah, 91 pages in. As you can see, I'm confused, but I'm really enjoying it. I love Feyre. As of right now, I don't see how this gets romantic or spicy. I'm not here for the romance, I'm here for the spice, but I'll probably end up loving the romance. So, welcome to my acotar reading vlog, and my first reading vlog back, and hopefully my first reading vlog of a book I love. As we all know, the Twilight one went, and my first reading vlog with my beautiful new camera. I just met this character named Resand. I'm calling him Reese. Tamlin who? As soon as when you meet him, you don't immediately know who he is. He shows up as like this fairy that saves Farah or something, and they describe him as like tall, dark, and handsome, like very Robert Pattinson, Tom Hiddleston vibes. And I was like, oh no. And then he comes back to the castle, and you find out that him and Tamlin and Lucian, who I love Lucian by the way, have bad blood. And Reese calls Farah mortal trash. And I'm here for it. I know. Is this like an enemies to lovers thing? Does she not end up with Tamlin? Is that just what I want? I don't know. I'm all about Reese. I just found out that Reese is literally a bat. Okay, so Farah just went back home to protect herself from Amarantha, who was like the evil queen, whatever, of Perithian. And when she got home, she realized that Tamlin put her family under a glamour. And a glamour essentially it's like a veil of misconception. Where like a fairy, I don't know if all fairies can do it, but Tamlin can for sure. It's where they they alter someone's perception. So, they alter someone's perception. So, Farah's family thinks that even though they witnessed Tamlin come to their house and take her, they think that she went to visit a sick aunt. And she's back home now because the aunt died. And now Farah's rich. And he also set her family up. He told Farah that he took care of her family because she made this promise to her mother that she would take care of her family. And it's really cool and it's really nice. And she, like, when she goes with Tamlin, she's like set free and it's great. But Tamlin set her family up. Like, they're living good. Nesta, my girl Nesta, the glamour didn't work on her. That has my interest. That is intriguing. Dude. Farah went back for Tamlin. He wasn't at the castle. The castle was destroyed, and now she's headed to the mountain thing where Amarantha is, and she's holding him hostage, and she figured out that there was this curse. And for a second, I thought I was going to have to be mad at Tamlin, because the curse is that he would get a human woman with hatred in her heart towards fairies to fall in love with him. So he was sending fairies out, waiting for a human woman to kill one with hatred in her heart. And then I guess he was going to go get her and make her fall in love with him, except I thought it was leading to a bad place, and it wasn't. He actually fell in love with her, and she actually fell in love with him, even though we all know she's gonna end up with Reese. But yeah, so now she's going to the mountain to get his ass back. It is a few days later, and I have finished a quart of Thorns and Roses. I want to keep this short because I'm not sure how long this video is so far, and I also want to point out that, as I said in the beginning, this camera is new to me and I'm learning how to use it, so some of these clips are not the best quality, but you know, we're learning together. So let's talk acotar. I gave it 4 skulls, and if you are here from bookstagram, you know that I like to use a skull rating system. I did not expect to love this as much as I did. I ended up doing 4 skulls because it is a little cheesy and the first half is not as interesting as the second half, but I don't think that is a fault necessarily. I think that is because Reese is introduced in the second half, and then all of him and Feyre's banter in the second half is just so much more interesting and fun to read. I think this book is really fun, and it's cute, and the Beauty and the Beast retelling really benefits the storyline, and it's not as fantastical as I expected, which is good for me because I wouldn't vibe with that. And the characters absolutely carry this thing. I mean, of course, Sarah's writing is so good, but the characters are everything. I love them so much more than I expected, and they're so much better than I expected. I think the pacing of the book is really good. Even though I mentioned that the first half is not as interesting as the second half, it does not mean that the pacing is not good. It is perfectly paced, and I don't know if I wasn't thinking about what was to come because I don't normally read fantasy books, but I did not think the story was going where it did, and it's so good. I really love it. I cannot wait to read the rest of the series. As of right now, I am having trouble finding A Court of Mist and Fury. It's at Barnes & Noble, but that is about 45 minutes away, and it's not at Target, Walmart, any of the places around locally where I can normally get books. I have not found it used, and on Amazon it says it will take like a month to ship. So I'm not sure what I'm doing with it yet. I might just start it on my Kindle, but I think I'm going to start Fairy Tale by Stephen King next while I wait because I'm in a fantasy mood. It's a new Stephen King fantasy book. Stephen King is Stephen King. So Stephen King reads are a priority, especially because I haven't been reading as much King as I'd like to. But I want to make sure that I get to that one while I'm in a fantasy mood. I don't know if I'll be able to focus on anything that doesn't involve Feyre. I am obsessed with her. She's so cool. I love her so much. I don't really know how to end these things yet. I just want to say thank you to every single one of you boils and ghouls, whether from bookstagram or my normal life or whatever, that has encouraged me to do this because your hype hypes me up, and I'm having so much fun doing this. And I'm not sure I would have started if not so many of you guys would have encouraged me to. So thank you so much. I feel like each video is getting better, but thank you for sticking around during my learning curve. Let me know in the comments which acotar. Is there like a name for the series? I don't know. Let me know which book in the series is your favorite. Let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see. And let me know if you want to see like a fairy tale reading vlog, whatever. Just talk to me in the comments. Tell me things. You guys always tell me what you want to see on Bookstagram, so you can go there and do that as well.